This is a show about when you're going to stop nursing, if you're nursing, and weaning your baby. Now, the AAP, the American Academy of Pediatrics, recommends exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months. I tried to go longer than this, but a lot of moms I know did less than this, did 2 months, did 3 months. There's a whole range of lengths of time for which women choose to nurse. I think it is generally agreed that the most important time is at the very beginning. And over time, especially once your baby's eating solids, they will start to get nutrition from other sources. They will start to get iron through fortified baby cereals. They will start to get other nutrition from pureed meats and from vegetables. So the importance of the breast milk does somewhat decline over time. The main focus really is at the beginning. And the longer you can do it, people generally agree, the better. Okay. When you are nursing, if you start to feel as if it's no longer working for you, it's stressful, you start to feel as if you're going to need to supplement more, this can be a very sort of heart-wrenching thing for moms. I remember when I went back to work with my first baby and my milk supply was going down, the amount of milk I had in the freezer was starting to go down, and on the weekend, I remember just sort of standing there in the pharmacy staring at these cans of formula and feeling really bad about it, like feeling somehow like I'd failed, like I hadn't been able to give exclusive breast milk for long enough. And I think this can be a really stressful and troubling time for moms. Meanwhile, there's the whole physiological aspect of what's happening. You can't just go from nursing 4 or 5 times a day to not nursing at all the next day. Also, your baby can't go from getting the breast or just breast milk exclusively one day to getting the bottle or pure formula the next. So thinking back to the times when I had to make this switch from nursing to bottles or from breast milk to formula, I've put together a little schedule here for you guys. I know I'm the queen of schedules in terms of how you can gradually wean yourself off of nursing and get your baby used to the bottle or get your baby used to taking formula. Now, the American Academy of Pediatrics, again, the gold standard, has a schedule which I find to be a bit quick, but here's the schedule which they suggest for moms who are going to stop nursing and babies who are going to start taking the bottle with formula. They say that once your baby is comfortable with the bottle, you can start to introduce more bottles on a daily basis. Use 1 bottle a day for 2 days. On the 3rd day, you can go to 2 bottles a day, and by day 5, you can be up to 3 to 4 bottles. For me, this AAP guide is actually a little quick. I think that it's a little quick to just stop nursing your baby in like 3 or 4 days. I think babies might be able to get accustomed to the bottle this quickly, but when it comes to the mom and nursing, especially if you're like me and you have a very, very strong tendency to develop mastitis or black ducts or whatever, you might have to do this over a much longer extended period of time. So I've kind of put together a schedule for you guys that I think is more gradual. So let's walk through this, and hopefully it's something that can work for you when you decide you're going to stop nursing. Okay. If you're on a 4 times a day feeding schedule, the first thing I would do is I would drop the 11 a.m. feeding, because in the morning you're going to have a lot of milk, so you're probably going to want the baby to be sucking that out. Okay. During the 2nd week, I would then drop the 3 p.m. feeding. By the 3rd week, bye-bye 7 p.m. or final feed, and by week 4, your first feed of the day then gets dropped. Okay? You might actually want this whole process of stopping to nurse to go on for a much more extended period of time, and this is very common. This is something that has really fascinated me. I know a mom who went back to work, and she fed her baby just mornings and nights for over 6 months, just mornings and nights. She cut out all the daytime feedings. I know someone else who only fed her baby at night for like 6 months. The baby had the bottles during the day, and at night, she fed her baby from the breast, and her body adjusted so that only during the night was she producing the milk for the baby. I thought it was so interesting. So your body can adjust, and there are all sorts of ways to go on breastfeeding. Just because you decide it's no longer convenient for you to give a bottle during the day, you might be able to do it just at night. So keep that in mind too. Okay. So how are you going to get your baby used to the taste of formula if you've been giving solely breast milk? Well, here's one gradual way to go about doing that. I mixed 1/4 part formula with 3/4 parts breast milk for around 2 days. On the 3rd day, I would mix equal parts breast milk and formula, and on the 4th day, I would be up to about 3/4 parts formula and just 1/4 part breast milk. And by the 6th or 7th day, I would be giving the baby formula alone. So when you follow a guide like this, I think you're lessening the likelihood that your baby is going to outright reject the formula, which is something that's happened to me. I gave it to my baby after he'd only had breast milk, and he was like, "What is this? I don't like this." It wasn't what he was used to. Another thing that's really nice about it is if you do have some milk that's frozen, you can basically extend the time during which your baby gets the breast milk. Because if you give only a quarter of the bottle of breast milk, you can use the frozen breast milk you have over a longer period of time. Now keep in mind, and I had to keep reminding myself of this, when you take that breast milk out of the freezer, you only have 24 hours in which to use it. So you want to use it during the course of that day. But you can dole it out between a few bottles, and it's a nice way to make sure your baby's getting some breast milk and extend the period of time during which your baby has breast milk. Anyway, I hope these guidelines will help you wean yourself from the nursing and get your baby used to taking the formula. And thanks for tuning in.